Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sohile Ali Show, a podcast where I come into your ears weekly. That did not come out right, but we're sticking with it. Folks, I'm so excited to be bringing you all a brand new episode of my podcast this week. Today is, by the time you're listening to this, Monday, July 1st, 2024. It's a new month, and if you're listening to this, you made it. So congratulations. We're kicking the week off with an awesome episode talking about many things, including but not limited to the debate. Did you see the debate? I'm sure you heard about it. If you saw it, I'm sorry. If you haven't heard about it or saw it, God bless you. I can only envy you so much. We're going to be talking about some NBA news. The draft happened. See where Bronny James landed and where one other NBA draft pick has landed himself in, and that is not always the best place to be, especially when it involves apparently Mormon brainwashing. But we're going to get into a little bit of that, a little bit about the storm that hit Bloomington, Indiana. Maybe you guys were impacted by this incredible storm, this disaster that hit our town. I'll tell you all how that impacted my life in more ways than one. But I am lucky to be here, and I hope you are as well. And we'll be going through some new bits as always. You know me, just throwing it at the wall. You all being the wall. And if anything even tickles you in the slightest, please be sure to write in, let me know, and you can DM me on Instagram. That's at sohile.ali for any thoughts, feedback on this episode, or just leave a comment below if you're watching on YouTube. So let's jump right into it. Episode 38. If you're watching on YouTube, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Leave a like, comment below, and subscribe for all future episodes. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please give this podcast a nice 5-star review. You know we deserve it. And if you're listening on the road, this, that, and the other, wait till you park. Wait till you're not motionary. I think I just made a word. Static, if you will, and be sure to share this. Share it with a friend. Share it with somebody you think would enjoy a nice little podcast for their day. So, folks, we're gonna jump into the first trending topic here: the wild Kyle Filipowski girlfriend saga. This is explained from somebody who knows very little about this whole thing. So I'm gonna do my best. So apparently, the Utah Jazz drafted Kyle Filipowski. I believe he was a Duke basketball player. And Kyle apparently dated his girlfriend, now I think fiance, since he was in high school. But I guess his girlfriend was 20, or at least an adult of some kind, by the time they were dating in high school, it seems. And the more you dig into this story, and I really don't really care. This was just something that was kind of trending. I thought we'd touch on it. But the more you dug into it, you find out that apparently Kyle was like separated from his family. Like he does not have any contact with his brother, his mom, apparently. It's a whole thing. And it's a lot due to this girl that he's with, who apparently is a few years older and was an adult when they started potentially dating in high school. Now, the guy is now an NBA player. He was drafted. So you kind of got to give it up to the girlfriend for, scouting that out real early. If I was what do they call them? Wives and girlfriend. If I was a wag, for example, and I would wag it real nice, I would have, I would have been on top of that, but not, lack of better words, on top of it, but not if he was in high school. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody if you're in high school and they're in high school, there you go. What do they call that? Romeo and Juliet, whatever. I don't want to come across as somebody who knows these things because I don't. Who is calling me? My mom is calling me right now. And since my mom's calling, you always pick up when your mom calls. Here we go. Hi, Mom. How are you? All right. Resuming. Thank you, Mom. Love you. All right. So, yeah. Did you see about this Kyle Filipowski thing? Honestly, I mean, my thing is, if it was all legal and consensual and all that, I think family is a very important thing to me. Family is a priority, of course, but, that's not everyone's families, unfortunately. So there's people in his comments and stuff talking about, bro sold out his family for a girl, bro, folded, his whole family for this girl. They don't know his life. No one knows anyone's life, so best stay out of the comments in general, usually. But this whole thing, it just answers this question of like, do you invest in somebody that early? How early? But the whole thing became, I guess, a whole thing with the Mormons. I guess apparently people were saying this dude's brainwashed, that she got him as a minor and just completely brainwashed him. Which I don't know. I only went to one hypnotist show before. They brought a hypnotist to IU for a late night event, and I did not partake. I was just taking photos, and those kids seem pretty brainwashed to me. So I believe in those sort of things, but at the same time, I'm skeptical. And if Kyle or his girlfriend, fiance now, are watching, I wish you the best. Everyone's rooting for you, buddy. We want you to do well. The Utah Jazz want you to do well, and hopefully you do. And if you can have your family and your girl too, why not? But yeah, just a little bit sketchy there, and that's about as much as I want to even touch on that. I did want to remind you all, if you're a loyal listener, I appreciate it. If you haven't checked it out already, check out my last episode of this podcast, episode 37, with my good buddy, comedian Thomas Gerson. That's on the channel now. You can check that out on all platforms as well. Guys, let's take a second here and talk about this storm that occurred. Many people in Bloomington know what I'm talking about, obviously, because we felt it. But this storm hit our town on Tuesday last week, and it was classified as a disaster. This storm, our Monroe County and nearby counties were completely destroyed. Us personally, we had a giant tree. 2 trees fell, but one giant tree landed right on our house, and it's still on the house actually. So we are hoping to get that off as soon as possible. But it was crazy, man. I was at work during this. I was at work, hunkered down. The lights were actually flickering. I think we lost power for a second at my office. This is a big IU building. And I just stayed in there throughout the whole thing. My mom was sending me videos of like the rain, the wind, up to 80-mile-per-hour winds. Apparently, it was crazy. And basically knocked trees over. All these sort of things. I always told my parents, you got to get rid of this one big ass tree because it's gonna fall on the house one day. And it did. And you know what? I love being right. You know what I mean? As I'm sure you all do too. But it was really something, and if you were in Bloomington, I hope you were not too negatively impacted. Myself and the friends over on the south side of town, we certainly think we were out of power for about 30 plus hours. Oh, that's something I need to talk about, is the Nate Bargatze show. That was awesome. Nate Bargatze show last week was definitely a highlight for me. That was awesome. But yeah, man, this storm was terrible, and everyone's dealing with it. We have restoration companies, but we're lucky to be alive. Nothing like something like this to make you feel real humble and just appreciate each day. Could that be more sadder? Sure. All right, man. Let's just get into it. Let's get into the debate. So the first presidential debate between former President Donald J. Trump and current president, somehow, Joseph Biden. This was a hard watch. I'm not going to lie. This was a hard watch. I remember getting back from the Bloomington Comedy Festival, which I went to watch that last week. Shout out to Thomas and everybody else who advanced. And we get back, and I immediately turn on CNN, and Caroline is home. But I said, I got to watch this debate. And I tuned in, and right off the bat, it is just a shit show, dude. Holy crap, man. Biden could not finish a sentence. Trump could not tell the truth. It was just like, holy crap. Like, I honestly figured as much, that Biden would be incoherent and hard to understand. This brother had apparently a cold. His throat was raspy from the beginning throughout the whole 90 minutes. Very hard watch. You cringe. You're biting. But I'll tell you this, and I told my friends this too. There are a few great days on Twitter that I can remember. Like the day OJ died was an incredible day on Twitter. On Twitter? Are you kidding me? one of the funniest days ever. When the Queen died, that was also a very funny day on Twitter. There are these moments in our culture, in popular culture, that when you get on Twitter, you know everyone is watching and talking about one thing, and everybody's making jokes related to that one thing that are just incredible. And this last debate was one of those great moments. It really was, because you open Twitter and you just refresh, and every time it's some insane take, an amazing take on what's going on with this debate. 90 minutes of just questioning how the hell we got here in the first place. But I'll tell you, one of my favorite lines, it was by Trump when he was like, something, well, we knock wood wherever there's wood. Wherever there's wood. What a great line. You always hear knock wood, you never hear wherever there is wood. My favorite line from Biden was probably, exactly. Hard to pick. There were just so many, right? There was, and there was here's the thing. The idea, he must have said the idea at the beginning of each sentence, whether or not the sentence had an ending. But man, this thing was a nightmare. And apparently, this is a really funny thing I heard. Apparently, after the debate, all these Democratic party members or the Biden campaign were all organized together, getting together, freaking out, panicking about what had just happened, where the president just demonstrated that kind of performance live on TV. They had gathered in the hotel one floor below a coffee shop by the name of Jittery Joe's. Jittery Joe's, that's right. It was next to Crooked Cappuccinos and Donald's Lattes. No, Lying Lattes. Why not? Jittery Joe's. You cannot make this stuff up. Veep writers certainly have. But yes, Jittery Joe's. So, and the New York Times put a picture of the coffee shop in the article too. Can't write it, man. Like everyone's saying, this season of the world's going pretty great. Pretty riveting. You know what? It's one of Sophie Buttle's jokes, comedian Sophie Buttle, where she said she wanted to come to America before it ends. That's incredible, and this is kind of what's going on. So I want to know what you all think. Did you see the debate? Did you watch it? Let me know what you thought. How are we gonna be okay? That's my question to you all. Do you think we'll be okay? I think yes. Regardless, 4 years. I'm not going to lie to you. These last 4 years honestly flew by. And, day to day, how much does whoever president is really impact you, But I'll tell you one thing. This is going to be very entertaining. It's not supposed to be entertaining. That's the funny thing. It's not a show or a series and a new movie or something. It is literally our government. And it is the most entertaining thing. That's the crazy. Hollywood cannot create such entertainment that everybody is watching one thing and talking about one thing for 90 minutes on a Thursday night. That is content you cannot create in studio lot. So it's entertaining, and it's going to be entertaining until November. So we will be watching, folks. That is the debate. Now, I got a couple more things here before I want to run through you all with a few other things, so I appreciate you all sticking with me here. I have a headline here I'm going to read you all. Oklahoma's state superintendent requires public schools to teach the Bible. That's right, Oklahoma state superintendent requiring public schools to teach the Bible. I'll be honest, that's pretty exciting to me. I never read the Bible. I grew up in a Muslim household, We had our version. But, I'll tell you this right now. From what I know, it's a very exciting book. Very exciting. The stories, I know there's some kind of a whale, a flood, locusts, mollusks, other seaborne creatures. The Bible sounds like a hell of an exciting read. I'm just saying. Oklahoma, forget the religious part of it. This just sounds like I'd rather read the Bible as a high schooler than Catcher in the Rye. Are you kidding me? What did Catcher in the Rye teach me? That one day I'll be a moody teenager with a scarf in the middle of winter, worrying about where the hell the ducks go. Who cared? The ducks, they're gone. Get a job, JD. The Bible as required reading in high school. I mean, like I said, it's a more riveting story, you know. It's probably easier to understand than Romeo and Juliet, you know what I mean? Like, as far as, depending on the translation. I think high schoolers need, I'm not saying they need the Bible, but if they have to read the Bible, they should have ChatGPT make the Bible, but in Gen Z slang. You know what I mean? So that it's easier for them to understand. AI can do this. Just say, hey, give me, I don't know, any Jonah 3:12, but for Gen Z. Or Gen Alpha even, the younger kids. You know? Moses said, and then Moses parted the Red Seas. No cap. It actually happened. And then he, had the chosen people. For real. I'm just saying, this is, if it's going to be required reading, might as well make it up there, up to speed. You all clearly don't think so. But I'll tell you, as far as, lessons and, Christian, hey, whatever happened to separation of church and state, I mean, the results might speak for themselves. I don't know. I mean, can you imagine? I know this is America, but can you imagine if there was a state that required reading the Quran in high school? Michigan, maybe, but like just Dearborn. It would have to be. I've never even been to Dearborn, but this is what I know. It's like little Arabia over there. It is literally the most condensed population of Arab Americans, Muslim Americans, and that they're literally like swaying Biden in the election because of how he's handled, what. But that's, if that happened, then we're getting into a bit of a culture war, that's for sure. But hey, for those of us that know a little bit about the Quran, we'd be able to student teach. So I guess the lesson is have your child read all the books, because you never know which one he'll have to check off on Canvas. Is, I guess, the lesson there. All right. Now, going from something quite serious and impacting to literally the dumbest headline I've read in so long. It was so dumb, I had to add it to this. So Heinz of Heinz Condiments. Heinz launched a limited edition sauce condiment that is apparently a combination of all of their sauces. This is real. I have it right here. Heinz launched a limited edition sauce that combines all of its sauces into one bottle. I mean, I got to try this thing. You know what I mean? This is in a time where like seemingly everything is crumbling around us, the economy, world wars, political BS, an election year. The fact that Heinz can come out and just be like, "Hey guys, whoa, look over here though. We put all the sauces in one bottle." How fucking dead are you that you were like, "Guys, forget innovation. Just throw it all in there. We just need to put something out there, All the sauces in one bottle." I like to think they had a power outage and they were like, "Fuck, we got to get these out of here. Well, I'm not going to throw them away. Why don't you put them all in one thing and see how that tastes? Everything everywhere all at once." But Heinz version. I mean, we're talking mayonnaise, ketchup, relish, mustard, Thousand Island. I mean, this has got to be a hard thing. This has got to be a hell of an acquired taste, because you seemingly have to have either every taste bud or none to enjoy this. But as someone who's a sauce whore, excuse my language, whether it's Thousand Island, Raising Cane sauce, I'd buy Heinz if it was just cane sauce, I'll tell you that. But every sauce in one bottle, this has got to be a hell of a thing. It's got to like a witch's cauldron, how there's like, smoke of like skeleton faces like puffing out of the thing. When you crack open this bottle, it's got to be like, whoa, just like the spirits of all the chemists who died seemingly putting this together. But I try it. I try the godless bottle. I would. Because it's times like these, it's times like this where you just want some nonsense. You really do. And speaking of nonsense, folks, well, let me tell you a little bit more about my last week, and then I'll share with you a couple of these hot smoking bits that I'm working on. I'll tell you that right now. But let me tell you real quick. Last week, I had the great pleasure of going to see Nate Bargatze's show at the Gamebridge Fieldhouse. That was really fun. I went with Caroline, her sister, her parents, and my mom. And it was a great show, man. He had awesome openers for him. He had Steven Rogers hosting. He had openers in Greg Warren, Mike Vecchione, and Dustin Nickerson. Incredible show. Nate himself wore an Indiana Fever jacket the whole show, which was cool. You know, he was joking in the beginning, like, this is, I thought this would be, you know, like, just be like, oh, this is your local team, biggest team in the freaking league. This is your local team. So that was really fun. And yeah, man, it was like seeing stand-up comedy at like the highest form possible. You know, like, at least personally, that's about as big of a scale that I've attended and seen. You know, we do open mics in bars, clubs, small theaters we've been able to perform in, but this a freaking basketball arena, dude, that was wild. That was wild. The stage was just on one end, honestly, pretty normal, big stage, but not like massive stage size, and but they did have screens set up so you could see everybody, so that was great. You got to make sure you got the screens, because you know you got people up in, you know, section 255, row 20, who are just like, well, I can hear he's funny, but good lord, that's far, you know. So that was really cool. Biggest comedy show I'd ever see, and that'd be a dream, man. That'd be a dream to perform at. And you go, if this is my dream, you know, is my dream to be a comedian, to do this and make people laugh. Comedy, that's about as big, at least I can think of, that it can get. You know, except, you know, like maybe the Burt Kreischer, you know, Fully Loaded tour, which is just a fucking party apparently, just in a goddamn arena. But it's so exciting to me still, you know, sitting here almost 2 years of really putting my foot on the pedal, learning and doing it. It was just like, wow, this is what this can be. I mean, it should excite you at every level, of course. If I'm not happy, you know, doing well in bars and clubs, it's never going to make me happy, but which I am happy. But you go, if you see something you want to do at the highest level, it should excite you, and it should only drive you. And I was driven. I mean, I drove there, but no, I was driven and motivated and inspired. So thank you to Nate Bargatze for providing that, coming to Indianapolis and providing an amazing show with awesome openers. And yeah, it was really great to see. Really great to see. All right, let's just jump into these, man. Let's jump into these new bits. These are bits. These are just any. Call this new bits, or write that down. Any seemingly note or joke that I wrote down that I thought would be good to have down. So let's run through these real quick. I was at Sweet Green earlier today. Sweet Green, you know, salad place, whatever. Got my salad down the line. Gentleman's helping me out, and then at the end, when I got my dressing on there, he goes, "Sir, would you like me to toss your salad?" To which I said, "Don't you guys usually charge extra for that part?" Yeah, I'll meet you around back. Toss my salad, sir. I mean, this is Sweet Green. I thought the more green I give him, the more sweet he'll be. Just don't say that in front of my girlfriend, buddy. Toss my salad? I don't know. We'll try it. I'm literally going to try it tonight at Hoppy Wobble, so apologies to everyone there. Don't toss my salad, dude. Oh, it's crazy. Okay. I saw a commercial for H&M. They were doing a photo shoot with these girls in bikinis for an H&M photo shoot on this like tropical remote island, you know. And I just saw them and I was like, oh, you know, they should go say hi to the kids that made their swimsuits while they're there. You know, really see how the cotton is made. I just, you know, some of these are just weird thoughts too. So, you know, let it be known, because they made the clothes on the island, and they're back, and their kids are going, "What the hell? You came back? I made this so you didn't have to be here. You guys won. What are you doing on this? Get help." And they're back. All right. Home Goods. I went to Home Goods for the first time. Thanks, babe. My girlfriend Caroline took me to Home Goods for the first time, and walking around there, I finally came up with their slogan: Home Goods, where the worst person in your neighborhood bought all their lawn crap. Home Goods, where everyone goes to avoid being sad on Saturday night. Home Goods, man. I will probably buy some cheap chairs from there, though. I will. But not from, you buy a chair from Home Goods, you're going to use it to tie yourself up on your ceiling fan. Home Goods worker, I'm a big fan of a white culture. White people, good to see you. If I ever, this is seemingly most crowds, but big fan of your culture. My girlfriend's white, but she's Italian, so I don't think most of you will count that. All right, part Italian. The debate was like a car crash. I couldn't look away. Basically, Biden, I think that's the last time we're going to see him, period. Well, he did. But Biden did go to Waffle House. Biden went to Waffle House after the debate. He had the crispest dap up with this dude, by the way. You can see that too. But Biden went to Waffle House after the debate, and I just like to imagine that like they asked him what he wanted to order, and he was just like, it took too long, and then Secret Service was like, next question. Biden at the Waffle House, dude. Holy shit, man. This guy was about to witness a freaking brawl. Okay. Last one. So I was driving and I got passed by a car going super fast. It was speeding like crazy. Terrible driver. But that driver had a handicapped license plate on. So I was just like, I mean, that's just like, what's going to happen that hasn't already happened to that person, It's inspiring, actually, like that person's just going at it and it's like, you know what? They didn't get both my legs. I still got some time here. Talk about persistence. He said, at first you don't succeed, crash the car again. He said, I'm still alive. I haven't lost everything yet. He's just trying to feel something. Like, I'm just saying, he's got a handicapped license plate. He's speeding down the road. He's saying, fuck it. He is literally testing God at this point. He's saying, whatever you did to me, I'm still here, baby. Come and get me. Sure. Folks, if you're still here, just give me a comment below and comment on the YouTube, or just message me and say, I'm still here at 28 minutes. I love you. And if you send me that, I will Venmo you. I swear to God. All right. I think that's the last bit I want to go through. I am going to tell you what upcoming shows I have in the last 59 seconds, so we don't have to reset the camera. So, Tuesday, July 2nd, at Cincinnati, Go Bananas contest at Go Bananas Comedy Club, Cincinnati, July 2nd. San Diego Mic Drop with Eric Sablon and good friends on Sunday, July 7th. We're coming to LA. I'll be in San Diego, LA area. Hit me up if you want to hang. Tuesday, Comedy and English show in Santa Monica, and then we'll be back in Terre Haute on July 13th. That's been the episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Thank you. Real quick before you click away, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, comment below, and subscribe for all future videos. And be sure to check out these two videos right here. Hope you have a great one.